just come home. We just marched in. We can just come home. We went in there illegally. We did not declare war. It's lasting way too long. We didn't declare war in Korea or Vietnam. The wars were never really ended. We lose those wars. We're losing this one. We shouldn't be there. We ought to just come home.
Congressman Paul, I think you have questions and concerns about the bonanza in the hedge fund industry. Do you?
Yes, I think this is not a consequence of free markets. What's happening is there's transfer of wealth from the poor and the middle class to the wealthy. This comes about because of a monetary system that we have. When you inflate a currency or destroy a currency, the middle class gets wiped out. So the people who get to use the money first, which is created by the Federal Reserve System, benefit. So the money gravitates to the banks and to Wall Street. So that's why you have more billionaires than ever before. Today, this country is in the middle of a recession for a lot of people. Michigan knows about it. Poor people know about it. The middle class knows about it. Wall Street doesn't know about it. Washington, D.C. doesn't know about it, but it's because of the monetary system and the excessive spending. As long as we live beyond our means, we are destined to live beneath our means, and we have lived beyond our means because we are financing a foreign policy that is so extravagant and beyond what we can control, as well as the spending here at home, and we're depending on the creation of money out of thin air, which is nothing more than debasement of the currency. It's counterfeit, and it is a natural, predictable consequence that you're going to have people benefit from it and other people suffer. So if you want a healthy economy, you have to study monetary theory and figure out why it is that we're suffering. And everybody doesn't suffer equally, or this wouldn't be so bad. It's always the poor people, those on retired incomes, that suffer the most. But the politicians and those who get to use the money first, like the military-industrial complex, they make a lot of money and they benefit from it.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you very much. I think it looks like it's about time we had a new declaration. A strong and firm declaration that we're going to get our country back and we are going to restore our liberties to this country. You know, we can look to my right and we see the grand monument there for our Declaration and to our left for our Constitution. And even over here we look at a mint for the day that we will go back when the mint is minting real money, gold and silver, not that paper. Well, I tell you what, I think you've settled and dispelled all my reservations, because it has been said that there were 2 or 3 dozen spammers out there running the campaign, and it looks like there's a lot more. Not only have we had this grand crowd, but the crowds have been building. They build on the internet, and it can't just be a few people because they send in a lot of money as well. You know, they tell us that the polls after the debates have all been spam, that they're not reflecting what the people think. But you know, after a while, they'll come to be believers, and I think this crowd today is going to make a few believers out of those who are elected.
Let's stake out some of the things you've been doing. You voted against the Patriot Act.
I did.
You voted against the Iraq War.
Yeah.
But you also hate taxes and you hate gun control. You are an enigma wrapped in a riddle, nestled in a sesame seed bun of mystery. Are you a Republican or are you not a Republican?
No, you're confused because I'm a constitutionalist and you haven't met one in a long time. And it's not unusual to put those together if you believe in the rule of law and believe in the American tradition and believe in limited government.
But hasn't our
liberty.
Attorney General said the Constitution is quaint?
That is what they said, but he's wrong. He's wrong, and we need to prove him so.
What do you mean? What do you mean by a constitutionalist? Because the Constitution is not a suicide pact, sir.
That is true.
Okay,
that is
obeying
true.
the Constitution doesn't mean that, you know, we can let anything happen that will harm our country.
No, if you obey the Constitution, though, you'll be a freer person than if you disobey it. If you allow the president to run wild and, investigate and spy on people and start wars that aren't declared, you could lose your liberty. So I would think it'd be a good idea.
All the president's doing, and all the president has ever done, is what's best for us. He is doing domestic